Hey guys, Taylor here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you've already been here, thanks for coming back. So in today's video, I'm coming at y'all with this full coverage everyday fall inspired makeup look. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look, then please keep on watching. Before we start the video, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Please turn your post notifications on so you get notified every time your girl uploads a video, and follow me on Instagram. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. All right, you guys, I am back. I missed you guys so much. For today's look, we are keeping it simple as always. I want to do something like an everyday fall look, but something with coverage, because as you can see, my skin is not what it used to be a few months ago. I started breaking out just because of stress. I didn't change my skincare routine or anything. I was breaking out all over my face, all over my back. It's pretty much under control right now, but I have a lot of dark marks. So I want to do something that is going to give me coverage, but not emphasize too much of my texture that is going on right now, and keep it simple. I already did my brows. I used the Sephora brow pencil in the shade chocolate brown, and on my lips I have the Fenty lip oil in the OG cherry scent. I'm going to start by prepping my lids. I'm going to be using a little bit of my House Labs concealer, and I'm mixing this with a little bit of the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to blend that out and set it down with a tiny bit of powder. Okay. And to blend this, I'm using the A506 from BK Beauty. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using a Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. The team over at Patrick Ta was kind enough to send me a bunch of PR. I got two eyeshadow palettes. I got the Major Dimension #1 eyeshadow palette, and I also got the #3, which is the all matte palette. I think for today's video, I am going to use the #1 because this just looks more fall-y, like more browns. So I think this is what I'm going to use today, but still keeping it simple. I am going to be taking the E27 brush from Morphe, and I'm going to start with this shade right here. I'm going to blend this all over my crease just as my transition shade. This is not going to do much, but just kind of tone down that translucent powder. I am going to be taking my A503 from BK Beauty, and I'm taking this shade right here, and I'm just going to pack this on and then blend it out after. And I hope this gives me like a orangey . I wish this was a little bit more orange, but maybe I should have laid down this like cream brown shade. I think it's a little bit too late for that, so I'm just gonna keep using this one and just build it out. I'm taking back the first brush with the first shade just to blend the edges out just a little bit. I'm wondering if I should add a little bit of this shade. I'm just gonna test it out. This one's a little bit deeper, and I'm using the M573 brush from Morphe. I think I'm just gonna do my signature like matte lid. So I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. I'm using the shade Caramel from Nars on my flat brush from e.l.f. and I'm just going to lightly cut my crease. So I ended up adding a little bit of shimmer. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I'm just going to do the same thing on this eye. So I just gently cut my crease with that Nars concealer, just a little bit. And then for the lids, I should have used a lighter shadow from the other palette, but I used this one. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. And I used this on a A502 and just set that concealer. And as I'm setting the concealer, I kind of blend it a little bit, just so the cut crease line isn't harsh. But then after doing that, I took a little bit of this shimmer shade right here, and I kind of pressed that only in the center of my eye, so like right at the end of the cut crease, like that. But it's not super like visible, it's just like a light shimmer. So then I took this one right here, same finger, and I'm going to gently press this over top this one, just gently, because this one is a little bit brighter. Doesn't look like much, but this is what the eyes are looking like for right now. I'm just gonna go ahead, apply some lashes. As I said, I'm keeping it simple. I'll keep playing with this palette. I'll do more looks with it because this is definitely my type of palette for like everyday looks. Okay, you guys, so while my lash glue is drying, I'm going to prime my face with the Caliray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. I'm still using this. I love this primer so much. It is going to hydrate, but it's going to blur and smooth everything, and my makeup wears hours with this primer. Okay, you guys, lashes are on. As always, I used my Sephora collection lashes in the style Charming. If you haven't tried this as yet, run and pick them up. It's giving lash extensions, your lashes but better. It's giving volume without doing it too much. The best lash ever. I'm going to go in with foundation. Today I'm going to be using one of my favorites. I haven't pulled this out in a minute while on camera, but lately I've been loving this. It is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I'm going to use this in the shade 4N68, and I'm going to blend this out with my 106 brush from BK Beauty. Look at my skin. It's giving coverage, but it's not emphasizing the texture. It's smooth, it's blurred, just gorgeous. For concealer, I'm going to use two of my faves. I'm using the House Labs in the shade number 41 medium, and I'm pairing this with the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Caramel. This is just like a brightening concealer, so I'm just going to use the Nars under my eyes. I'm going in with the House Labs concealer first. And then under my eyes only, I'm using the Nars. And then while this sits, I'm taking my Huda Beauty Tan Tour in the shade medium, and I'm adding a little of setting spray to it. I have been really liking this Milk Hydro Grip spray. I use it like in between my makeup, and it's like a setting spray version to, or a fixing spray version to the Milk Hydro Grip primer. So if you like that, I can really see you liking this spray, not as like a setting spray, but just in between. I'm going to go in with my Huda just to bronze. I am going to use another cream bronzer just to as more of like a cream contour that is a lot deeper than this one, but the Huda is just going to add that red bronziness, if that makes sense, mainly for my forehead. And then I'm going to take the tiniest bit of the LYS cream bronzer. This one is in the shade Strength. This one is a lot cooler on the skin, so it's gonna act more as like a contour. I don't know if you can see. Going in with the tiniest bit. I'm going to blend that bronzer a little bit more after I'm done blending my concealer, but I went in with this milk spray all over my face. I'm going to let that sit for a minute and then I'll start blending my concealer. Let's start with around my mouth, and I'm using this angled sponge from Sephora collection. Taking back my bronzer brush just to clean up the edges. I am going to blend a little bit more, but just not yet. Before I set my under eyes or even blend it anymore, I'm going to go in with some cream blush. I'm debating between the LYS or the One Size blush. I feel like the LYS is given more fall. I don't know if it's going to show up as well as the One Size will. I'm going to go in with it though. I'm using a sponge and I want to apply my blush a little bit higher than usual. If it doesn't show up, then I'll top it off with the One Size. I know the blush looks a bit much, but you guys know once you apply powder on top of cream blush, it kind of disappears, so you have to go in with a heavy hand. You'll see once I set. I'm going to blend my under eyes with my sponge again just to blend out any creasing and then go in with powder. Today I'm using a new powder. Well, this is my second time using this powder. I did try to film this video before, but my mic was giving trouble. This is the Makeup by Mario translucent powder. This is in the shade Fair Pink. It is said to be a dupe for one of my favorites, the Givenchy Prism Libre powder, and so far, like, I can see that like it's really good. I just want to play with it a little bit more, but so far I've been really enjoying this. So I'm going to blend first and then go in with the Makeup by Mario powder. I go in with a brush first and then a powder puff. This is what the face is looking like just by setting with the Makeup by Mario powder on a brush. Y'all, this powder is so good. I promise you, wait until this face is done. I'm going to set all over my face. I'm using this one from Sephora collection. It is the matte perfection powder in the shade 64 neutral mocha. I'm going to press that in. The brush that I'm using is from BK Beauty. It is the 105 brush. Camera wasn't recording, but for the lower lash line I took the tiniest bit of this brown shade and just blended that down there, and then I'm going to take this one right here and kind of like set that. gently. And for mascara, I used the YSL Lash Clash on the top. This is the waterproof mascara. And then for the bottom, I used my Rare Beauty Sephora collection powder bronzer. This is in the shade Ibiza, just a little bit. I'm just going to blend that in. You guys already know the look is not complete until I go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder in the shade number 2 medium, just to brighten my under eyes. So I usually pick this powder up, press it off, and then apply it under the eyes. I'm using this powder puff from Amazon. This will be on my Amazon storefront. And just look at the difference. So this is with the Charlotte Tilbury, this is without. Y'all, this just makes everything better. Blend that in. And then I'm going to finish off with a tiny bit of the One Size blush, just to bring that LYS back to life. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then I'm going to go in with my Caliray setting spray. I feel like a lot of these products I have not tried on camera for you guys, so let's just call this a tested new makeup for you guys. Another one that I have is from Fenty. My setting spray is still drying, but I'm just going to do my lips. This is the newest from Fenty. It's the lip liner. This one is in the shade Browned Out. Love this lip liner. I have both brown shades. Love them. For lipsticks, I have two that I'm going to be mixing. One is a liquid lip and one is like a lipstick. Both products are from Patrick Ta. The first one is the shade She's Unapologetic in the soft lip cream. Just go in the tiniest bit of this because this is very, very pale. But it's one of the best nudes ever. Next to She's Independent, also from Patrick Ta. But as you can see, this looks very pale. So I'm going to take the shade Oh She's Single from the lipstick and just tone that down just a little bit. For gloss, I'm going to go in with Pat McGrath in the shade Wicked Whisper. Just a little bit. And then I'm going in with Fenty Sweet Mouth. I added a little bit of the Patrick Ta cream on top of it just to bring back the nude. Once again, this is the shade She's Unapologetic, and I'm just blending that out. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. I think that everything that I tried today played together really nicely. I love the way the look turned out, even though my skin is not at its best. Like, my texture is not super visible, everything still looks blurred and smooth. That Makeup by Mario powder is amazing. I know it looks super light, but it does not give any flashback at all. I think it is a good alternative to the Givenchy Prism Leaper powder. The shade that I got is very similar to my Givenchy as well, and as I said, does not give any flashback. I love the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette, love the lip combo. I just love how everything turned out, and I think my skin looks really good even though my face is not at its best. Let me know what you guys think. It feels good to be back. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Once again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.